Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. Today it's a treat because we have a new Monday team, 6 p.m. Pacific. We rehearse 6:30 every 4 weeks. We put on a show live on YouTube. That's Pacific Standard Time. I'm Ken Scove, the founder of the LA Connection. We're 47 years old, but these guys are not even 4 weeks old. So let's meet the cast today. Taylor, Michael, Will, Michelangelo, Carrie. Okay, so the first game we're going to play today is called Challenge. I'm going to give them something to challenge each other about. These aren't really their real opinions. It's just a game we're playing, so whatever they think is okay. So are EVs better than gas-powered cars? I mean, everybody's talking about it now. I'm not going to get into my feelings about this, but I'm sure they're going to get into it. And we're going to start with Carrie, who's going to tell us, does she like the EV or does she like the gas-powered car and why? And then everybody will just challenge by raising your hand. I'll call on them, and we'll just see where this goes. It could just go into a whole different place. Just starts with EVs and gas-powered cars. Carrie.
Okay, so I am gas-powered all the way, right? I love America and I love Donald Trump, okay? And cars, gas-powered to me equals freedom and Americana, and I just love the smell of gas, and nothing sounds better than the rev of just a gas American truck, right? Americana. I love Trump, I love trucks, I love gas.
Does anybody want to challenge that? Yes, Michelangelo.
Yeah, so I love Elon Musk and I love my life. And I saw today in the news that the first Neuralink brain chip has now been put into an individual. And I'll just say that I'd rather side with the one who's making robots take over the world. I'm just saying. So if you ask me, I'm going to go EV. EV all the way over gas. And if you're one of these people like myself who's into anime and the Pokemon, Eevee. It's one of the top
Well, Taylor's got a different opinion. Let's hear
Okay,
hers.
okay. My thing here is like, why are we even equating this to anything other than that? Why are we talking about chips? So if we're talking about chips here, if that's what we're talking about, I don't support that. I don't see the whole point in it. Why are we chipping our brains? Which is why I'm going to stick to gas-powered vehicles. That's why I'm always going to stick to gas-powered vehicles. And period, point blank. That's all I have to say. Carrie?
No, I don't think she's. No, Carrie's just saying yes.
Carrie
Keep
gets
going.
it.
Yes.
Carrie gets it. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. It means a lot. I'm happy to know that some people are on my side here, and that's what I stand for. I stand for community. And see, nobody is over here backing you. Nobody's over here backing you, are they? And that is why I stand with this side. I stand with women. I stand with Carrie. I got nothing else I got to say. I got nothing.
Well, Will has something he wants to say. Go ahead, Will.
I actually believe that the electric car is the way of the future. And if you like spending all your money on gasoline and not having money to eat, live, well, that's all on you guys. Because I'm telling you, we got to get with the times. We only have so much fossil fuels. What are you going to do when that all runs out? What are you going to do? Tell you what I'm going to do.
Oh, wait. Well, we're not going to find out because Michael wants to challenge your opinion.
I think the reality here, guys, is that it's neither of them. Hydrogen is clearly the way. What is the most abundant resource on the earth right now? It's water. I'll answer it for you. It's hydrogen. It's water. That's something that you can easily look. I could power my EV right here, right now. You know, just spill it all over my gasoline tank. It's not going to help that thing, but it will fill up my entire tank if I get a Deer Park in there.
Hold on. Does Michelangelo, are you agreeing or do you want to talk?
Actually, Michael, you make a lot of sense. We have so much water, so it only makes sense that we use EV cars that only, need that to operate. And also, if you think about it, everyone look around in their room right now. Do you have an outlet somewhere nearby? We can charge it. If we can charge our cars right here in the room, why do we got to take it outside and have to worry about all the snow taking it all off? Oh my, Taylor's got something to say.
Taylor's.
Yeah, and I do. So you're telling me you want to pull up your... So you're telling me that you just want to pull up your car in the middle of your room. You're telling me that's what you're going to plan on doing here? That's going to destroy buildings. That's going to destroy people. So you think that it's okay to hurt people in the process for your electric vehicles, huh? You think that's okay? You think cruelty is okay? No. You don't need to say anything. I can tell. I can tell by your face right now. See, to say it is to confirm it, which is why you're staying silent. That's why you're staying silent.
And this has been challenged. Boy, that was quite a game there. I learned a lot. I think I'm going to go along with Michael and go along with the hydrogen, since I'm invested in Plug Power and I've lost a lot of money. So if we could try and get that back up again, guys, okay? We're going to play the Bachelorette now, so I'm going to have everybody but Taylor disappear. Whenever you want to come back out, Taylor. Well, there she is, but let's bring her up larger. Okay, wonderful. Well, Taylor, we had 20 different bachelors here for you, and now we've narrowed it down to just these 3. And of course, we planned dates for you guys. You got to plan a few dates yourself, but the guys never got to plan a date. So today is going to be the first day that we're going to talk about the date that they planned for you. They're all here today, and you're going to have to choose one of the 3 at the end. So we get down to meeting all 3 of them. We'll bring them all back out. We'll eliminate, and then we'll know who the winner is. It's a very exciting day. How are you feeling today about picking your maybe new love?
Thank you for asking. I'm actually, I don't know how to feel. I'm excited. Is that like, I don't know. I'm pretty pumped. I just can't, I can't wait to see when everything's figured out, what happens. So that's how I'm feeling.
Well, you've had quite a good 10-week run with us on the show. We had to eliminate so many, 17 other bachelors, and now we've got it down to just these 3. So let's bring out the first one. It's Will. Now, Will took you to an underground bunker, which I'd like to know, Will, tell us why you decided to take a Taylor to the underground bunker.
Well, Mr. Scove, I have to tell you, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I wanted to prepare this beautiful, fine young lady for what might happen next. You never know when the end of the world's going to hit. Could be dinosaurs, could be an asteroid, or it could be Karen. So I wanted to make sure she knew what she was getting into when the world ends.
Well, do you? I mean, I'm not going to get into my opinion on that because obviously it's between you two, and the world may end. Hopefully not during this show today. Taylor, okay, he drives up in the truck, and you don't know where you are. You're out in the middle of kind of who knows, and then he takes you down into the bunker. What was your first reaction?
I was speechless. I mean, Will, it's like he gets me. He knew, like, he knows how much I love planning. And like our little thing was that he's always the man with the plan. And so I just like, I don't know, I was super pumped because then like he took off the blindfold and I looked around and there was just like, first off, I look over a whole wall of like cans of baked beans. I love baked beans. And so that was just like, again, like a good thing, one after another. And then he told me that like, we're going to be locked in here for 24 hours. And I was like, okay, hey, like, I'm not going to say anything against it. And also it was just really cool. And there's just something like unmatched about being 55 feet underground. So,
55 feet, wow. So yeah. I'm assuming you must have taken some sort of an elevator down, or did you go down the stairs, or?
There was a ladder.
A ladder.
It was, yeah. And again, like it was just really cool because like another thing that he knows is that like I kind of have this like fear of stairs.
Yeah.
Long story. Well, actually, no, we can get into that later. But still, so like he knows I have this fear of stairs. So the fact that he put that thought into it just speaks volumes to me. Like he didn't need to say anything for me to understand, and I think that made it all the more significant.
Now, Will, I know it's over 1,000 square feet. I mean, it's like a giant apartment or house down there. What sort of things do you have in the bunker?
Well, we got a great selection of board games. I'm telling Yahtzee, Risk, Stratego, the best games you could ever have. And let me tell you, we also have some of the finest cuisine down there. You want lean cuisine? We got it. You want kids cuisine? We got it. Along with the baked beans. Because you know what they say, beans, they're good for the whatever.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Good for the end of the world.
Right.
And
Now, I know you have a good security system out there. You want to kind of tell us a little bit about that? Because I know you showed the system to Taylor. You actually even have some anti-tank missiles and all sorts of stuff out there.
if you get past the landmines, you're lucky. We do have 2 men in a watchtower that are surrounded by a bubble, and they have a sniper rifle at all times. We also have a laser grid that if you step in it, you're liable to lose a leg. And if you happen to get past that, 2 pit bulls, starved, ready to eat, and they'll get you.
Wow. Well, listen, this sounded like a really exciting date. So, Will, we're going to have you wait in the green room.
Right.
We actually made one of the rooms look like a bunker just to make you feel better. Okay. The second one is Michael. And Michael took you to a funeral, which I'd like to hear more about this when he comes out. So, is Michael here ready to come out? There he is. So, Michael, tell us a little bit about why you decided to ask Taylor to go to a funeral with you.
I mean, well, naturally, of course, I know women like flowers, and where are you going to find more flowers than at a funeral? I mean, come on. So you can't beat that. I didn't even have to buy them. You know, I'm not cheap. I just resourceful. You know, so we had to go to the funeral, and then from there, we also did a little makeup triage. I know that she's into makeup, so we were able to use a little bit of the balming setup that they had, and made her look a little opaque, just so that you could make sure that she would get not too shiny, but not too see through either. We want to make sure that she was going to be ready for prime time.
Well, you must have known the embalmer then when you went to the funeral home, because most people aren't able to get a hold of those supplies.
Correct. Yes, that is my father. It's a family business, so I mean, I had an in. It's not where I take all my dates, I promise, but it was something that I wanted to do specifically for Taylor, because I knew she's really big into the undead. She's into vampires, werewolves, all that kind of stuff. So it seemed like it was right up her alley.
Wow. Well, okay, Taylor. So he drives up. I know the funny thing is he actually picked you up in a hearse, which I thought was pretty weird in itself. Very, very unique. And so let's just talk about that first. He comes to pick you up in the hearse. What was your first reaction there?
I thought it was really attractive. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, one thing that I really loved too is that there was oh my goodness, what are they called? The things that people that they lay in. Oh my goodness, Michael, help me out.
Coffin?
I can't think of the word. Yes, thank you so
Coffin, yeah.
much. Yes, but yeah, so coffin. Oh my goodness, but still, he actually had a coffin in the back for us to lay in together. I thought that was really cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
and so that was kind of because he knows how much I'm into undead, and so he
So
was
he had a
just
driver? He actually had a chauffeur as well then?
Yes, of course
Oh,
he
wow.
did. Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow. And you guys
Yeah.
get to lay in it. And so obviously it's a double wide coffin. So it's either for a very large person or is it for 2 people if they die together, Michael?
We stitched 2 sleeping bags together, actually,
Oh,
so that
Okay.
it was,
is that
nice
the
and
word?
toasty in there.
Right.
Oh, I
So-
knew that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so now you drive up to the funeral home, and you get out and you realize there's a funeral going on when you walked in the building. What was your reaction there, Taylor?
I will say one thing that caught me a little off guard was walking in because this was like, we were like maybe in the middle of it or something, and everybody turned around and looked at us. And it was something that threw me a little off. But another thing that I loved is, he was just so unafraid. So we walked right up there, while they were talking. Oh, Michelle, I think her name was.
Sure.
But no, I really liked it. I mean, like, I loved going up there. And then another thing he did too is he said, bring an extra large bag. And I was like, for what? And so, one thing that we did is like, he grabbed all the flowers, when people weren't really looking because they were all focused on the speaker. But yeah, so he started putting flowers in the bag for me because he knows how much I love flowers. And, I just think they had such a beautiful meaning to them. And, she wasn't going to do much with them. So I thought,
Right.
might as well. They look beautiful now. They're gorgeous in my
So
house.
you still have the flowers in your place?
Of course I do.
Oh,
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful.
Makes me, yeah.
Okay, and last, Michael, did you introduce Taylor to your father?
I did. I made sure that he was present. I knew it was going to be the date of a lifetime. So we were able to have them meet. It was like a cool father-daughter bonding moment where they became BFFs. I know that her family has always been wanting her to have a boyfriend that has a good relationship with their parents. So it was really important to me to put that foot forward and make sure that they were able to be on good speaking terms. But we played a lot of like charades and things like that. We played a couple things with the dead body, but we'll keep it low key on that topic because we don't want to speak bad on the dead.
That's an us thing. That's an us
maybe
thing.
We should not. That's not appropriate for our television show to talk about what you did with dead people. But I assume, Taylor, the last question is, the father's the one that did the makeup because he's the embalmer?
Yeah, so the father was the one that did the makeup because he was the embalmer. John, I love him so much. Like the first impression was just, sorry, okay, I'm getting off track. But the thing is, we actually, like, he helped me, like, he gave me so many lessons on, like, how to do makeup. And so now I know, I thought I knew beforehand, but it turns out I didn't. But another thing is that afterwards, even after we finished, our date, him and I actually met up and we embalmed a couple other people just for the sake of it, I feel like it's like a family ritual type of thing. So, in doing that,
this is what you did with the dead people.
Well, I feel like dead's a strong word. I would say, gone.
All right. Well, listen, Michael, we have a little casket that you can go lay in, and we'll bring you back out in a few moments, okay?
Okay.
Keep it warm for me.
Some call them coffins. We call them caskets as well. All right. Well, let's bring out Michael Angelo. He brought you to a rehab center. So I'd like to hear why he chose a rehab center.
No, this is the winter ceremony, right?
No. You're still we're down to 3 of you.
No.
This is the second episode before I win. All right,
this is the episode where someone's going to win.
Hey.
So
hey, what's up, hey? How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Ooh, hair looking all curly and nice, girl. I see you.
Okay,
what was the question, Scove? I'm so sorry.
Well, you brought her to a rehab center, and we'd like to know, it was your choice to bring her there. I'd like to know what's the backstory there.
Listen. I thought about this the whole way through, and I figured it out. I was like, the reason why my previous relationships have not worked is because I take them through this journey to see all the different personalities that make me me. I figured it out, Scove. I was like, you know what? Instead of going through this journey of trying to see all these different, let's take them to the rehab center. Let's show them all these different personalities of what I can possibly be. And if she loves me after that, then it's over. And you know what? I don't want to say this because I know we got Mr. Bunker and we got Mr. Where do you go? Where do you take you? To a funeral? I don't want to say anything, but I'll just say that we heard the word love a couple times.
This is about us, though. It's about us.
It's about us?
Yeah, not them.
Yeah, I'm saying that we both said I love you. What are you talking about? Why are you getting? Hold on.
Let's talk about the date. Talk about the date.
The date was good.
Well, let's ask Taylor. Okay, so what happened on the date? He drove you up to obviously they had to say rehab center or something, Montebello or wherever it was, and brings you inside. What were you thinking?
So honestly, I wasn't really sure if it was a date at first or not because Michelangelo. I mean, I think he said he was okay with this being brought up. So he actually mentioned before that he had been in rehab centers a couple of times. So this wasn't really a new experience for him. A couple different substances. So I actually thought he was just bringing me with him to get a look at what his daily life looked like since he hasn't really recovered. It's been about 20 years, but that's okay. We're working through it together. I think that's all that matters. But either way, I didn't really know what to expect. So I just thought it was, a little bit of I just thought it was like a normal, like I'm taking you through my life type of thing. So
I have a confession. I don't know if I can hold it in. I gotta let it know now that I know this is the second episode before I win this thing. So I figure I should probably tell you now. You're right. It wasn't really a date. That's kind of my daily life. Everything that you saw. Samantha with the crazy mind. That's my mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she was lovely. She was great. She was great. Yeah, she
even with her eyes, right?
So beautifully intense. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Great.
So I think before I win this thing, it's important that I be honest with you, Tay. I am a broken man.
Okay.
Just not really like this stuff. This stuff's kind of like pretty
Okay.
intact. You already know that.
You don't want to
But-
hurt anybody. Put the
okay,
guns
sorry.
down.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Back to it. Hold on. What was I saying? Yes. Yeah, the date was great.
Okay, good. Well, let's find out, because I think the audience wants to know who she's going to choose.
You already
So
know.
let's bring the other two out. Will, who took her to his bunker, and Michael, who took her to his dad's funeral home, which he's going to inherit someday, so she can see a future there. With Will, she'll see a future of the bunker. Hold on, that's my agent calling. No, he's not calling. Okay, so Taylor, who would you like to eliminate first?
This is tough. I need to say first that the relationships I've built with all of you have been so important. I'm very grateful to have gone on this journey with each and every one of you guys. So thank you. First, I would have to say, so Will, listen, you're great, and I love the bunker. So I would appreciate, like, you're a great guy. You really are. But the bunker just wasn't my type of thing. Like, I love beans, but at the same time, like, I don't even like lean cuisine. And you know this. And you had 300 fridges full of lean cuisine food.
I thought you could use it.
Wow. Okay,
Will,
well,
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
thank you, Will. Sorry it didn't work out for you. Okay. We have to eliminate somebody else, and then we'll let that person make their closing comment.
Well, Michelangelo. I learned so much going to the rehab center with you. I did, and you taught me so much. And no one's really ever opened up to me like that before. And that's why I think I'm gonna have to ask you to stay. Michael.
Wow, Michael, can you make any closing comments, Michael?
I wish I could say I hope you have a very healthy, long life, but I really hope that you're my dad's next customer.
Wow.
I will say though, I feel like I connected more with your dad than I did with you.
Wow. She's killing
This
you.
happens every time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
He's so well endowed.
There's parting gifts for you out there. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, Michelangelo, you won. How do you feel?
You know what they say, man. You know what they say. Always stay. Shut up.
It's his voice. Don't worry about him.
Shut up.
Okay, come back.
The real men, the real good men won today. I'd say, good men? Stop being a good man. I'm very excited that we won this. Yeah, we did win this. Did we? Yeah. But the next episode. Shut up. Tay.
Well, this has been The Bachelorette. Thank you all for watching and playing. We're moving on now to a new game. So we'll have these guys minimize and get ready for your characters as plaintiffs, defendants, and witnesses of those two, as I'll be playing Judge Kent. And whenever Carrie and Taylor, Michael and Will, and make sure you're muted off to the side because I'm hearing noises. Okay. Let's bring in Taylor and Michael and Will. There's Will and Michael. Okay, very good. Okay. So as we know, Michael is Carrie's, the plaintiff's witness, and will be the defendant's witness, Taylor. Now, what happened here is Carrie is suing Taylor because she asked her to watch her rare pet snake when she went away for a weekend. And when she returned, the pet snake was missing and has not been found. So that's why I'm here as the judge, to try and render some sort of judgment and find out where the guilty person is in this particular case. So Carrie, first let's talk about the snake itself. How long have you had it? What kind of rare snake is it? What would you say the value of the snake is?
Priceless. The value is priceless, but it's long, black, beautiful, kind of reminds me of Voldemort from Harry Potter, right? Beautiful, big, and we snuggle. We snuggle with each other all of the time. Or we used to, Taylor. We used to snuggle.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go to Taylor for a second and not talk to Taylor, but about Taylor. How do you know her, Carrie?
Taylor was my best friend for years, forever.
Okay.
We've broken bread together for years. Elementary school, high school, best friend.
Okay, so you grew up together. She was your best friend. So you figured you would ask her to watch your pet snake. Can you tell us how that happened?
Do you remember this, Taylor? Do you remember this? Best friends. This is our stuffed animal that we shared and forever. Don't look away, Taylor. Don't look away. You
okay.
know this.
Can we stay focused? I don't care about that. I care only about the snake, okay? So
Well,
I know you have some anxiety. I just want to know, she used to take care of your snake previously?
Yes, and my stuffed animal. So I could trust her. The stuffed animal is evidence, but I could trust her for years and years. She used to take care of my snake and my stuffed animal, and we never had a problem. And I don't know what happened, but he's gone, and I no longer have anyone to cuddle with.
Okay. So has she watched your pet snake previously when you were gone, or did you just go out for a couple hours and then she just happened to be there watching your snake? Is this the longest, the whole weekend that you've let her take care of your snake?
We worked up to it. She's watched him for a few hours here and there, and she knew I had to go away. I was going away to Paris on one of my influencer photo shoot things that I do, and then I was just like, I got to go to Paris, and you can watch my snake, please. And I trusted her, and now he's gone.
Okay, so when you came back, was the snake in a cage or a box? What was the snake kept in?
I let the snake roam free.
In the house?
We are one. We are one.
Okay.
He's my life. You've taken my life, Taylor. My life.
All right, well, let's go to Taylor. All right, so Taylor, obviously I know the relationship's gone for many, many years. You were watching the snake, and the snake was running around the house. And did you always kind of know where the snake was?
So it wasn't actually running through the house. It was actually slithering. It was more of a slither that it had. Yeah. So it was. I mean, it kind of goes wherever it wants. I mean, I don't really. I mean, I try to keep an eye on it. Sometimes it watches TV, but other times it just kind of goes around. But I also don't know what stuffed animal she was talking about. I've never really seen it before, which I think adds a little bit to something here.
Let's stay off the stuffed animal.
Oh, Carrie, we can keep that back. Yeah, we don't need that.
We don't need the stuffed animal.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm getting at here is I unfortunately realized that she's not really in the right of mind. But yeah, I would always see the snakes living around. Sometimes it would go out. One time I had it in for an hour or two. I will be honest, I did leave the house for a couple minutes to get DoorDash. But this was the one time whenever you were going on a quick little trip nearby. And so he was only with me for a couple of hours. But then I left and I came back in and he had 4 more buddies with him. So I don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah. 4 more snakes were in the house?
Well, it was 3 snakes and 1 bunny, but don't ask me how that exactly worked.
Well, how did they get in the house? Did you leave the front door open when you went to go get DoorDash?
I don't know. I don't even know what happened. That's why I'm saying I didn't leave it's
his home, Taylor. It's his home. He can invite whoever he wants to come to his home.
Right, but I mean, if they could get in without you knowing, then obviously he could get out.
Well, but I don't quite think that happened, if I'm being honest with you. I don't, because I got DoorDash and I was right there. So I would have seen it if anything did happen. And granted, so who cares if the windows open every now and then too, but that's just for air. That's for ventilation. And you said, what? You said I could do it. You said I could. So I will, and I did.
And I'm assuming there was no screen on the window?
Well, I mean, it. I mean, there was. I mean, I think there is. I mean, like,
Yes,
I looked.
there's a screen and
There's
an
your answer.
amazing
And she
area
wants to
and an
interrupt.
amazing
And
house.
she doesn't even want to let me speak. Since she doesn't want to let me speak, I guess let's just let her talk some more.
Okay, well, I thought let me go to the witnesses, okay? So let me go to first Michael. So, Michael, how do you know Carrie?
We've been friends since fourth grade. We used to go to the zoo together all the time. She used to always talk about how she wanted all these pets, but her favorite was always that snake.
And have
we
you
actually were able to get that.
Have you seen the snake? Have you played with the snake?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm petrified of snakes, but I definitely for Carrie, because we're best friends, I have even babysat a couple times myself. So it's surprising, not surprising to hear that Taylor may have stolen it or be hiding it somewhere. I have some information.
Well, that's
but
an accusation. You don't know that for a fact. So you're stating
Yeah,
an accusation.
correct,
You have to be careful about blaming someone for
Apologies,
something you're not sure about. But did you ever see the snake outside of the house, or did the snake pretty much always stay in the house?
Well, that's the thing is I feel like I have seen it outside the house, and I've seen it at Taylor's. So
What?
what's really important to know is she keeps talking about DoorDash, but I'm pretty sure that she's got a Craigslist job opening for anybody who's trying to get rodents. Don't look surprised, Taylor.
I knew it!
Okay, well, we don't know this. This is one witness who might be saying stuff, because we did do a background check on the witnesses before they came here as well, and we know that you once dated Taylor and she broke your heart, and I believe you're trying to make some sort of a something up. So we were
007 Jones Bond over here with the
we just want to make sure that we're going to take that, what you just said, because there's no pictures that anybody supplied us with a snake in her yard. Okay, so we're not going to go there. I just want to know, you did see the snake outside. Did
I did see it outside.
Did it go outside on its own through any sort of window or anything, or did you see Carrie bring the snake out and put it out like on the lawn, and it just got to play outside while you guys were there?
No, I saw a hole that was punched out of the screen. So again, I don't know if it was Taylor or not, but I've been observing her face while she's been getting these questions asked, and I don't know, it seems a little fishy that she didn't know about the screen, but then the screen had a hole in it. So
okay, well, let's bring out Will, who's Taylor's witness. Okay, Will, how do you know Taylor?
I'm like her brother, man.
Okay. Is she good with pets?
No, man. She's good with them, but she's like not,
Well, now you are her witness. Are you gonna try and help her here, or you're just
man, because this is different. This ain't her pet, man. This is something different. This is a snake we're talking about.
Did you ever
And
see the
nobody
snake?
loves snakes more than her, man.
Oh, she loves snakes. Okay. And
She
did you
does.
ever see the snake yourself?
Yeah.
When's the last
It
time
was
you saw
hanging.
this? Did you go over and visit with her when she was watching the snake?
Of course, I always go and hang out with the snake.
Okay, so the snake was there every time you were there when you went to visit.
Well, I didn't see it. I just assumed it would be there.
So you didn't see the snake, but I thought you said you went over to see the snake, but then you didn't go see the
I
snake.
did, but I went and saw Taylor instead. Because she was there, man. She was at the house with the snake, but I didn't see a snake.
Are you on any substance right now or anything like that? Just so I know.
I was rolling receipts earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you smoke with your sister?
No.
Does your sister smoke?
Yeah.
She does. Okay, so she smokes. When you went over to the house when you didn't see the snake, but you thought you saw the snake, were you smoking weed with your sister then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We always smoke at Carrie's house. It's the best place because
But
the windows are always open with a screen, man. It just smoke goes on out. The snake smokes with us.
Okay.
that's what I was gonna say.
All right. Well, we've actually found out what happened here. The snake they were smoking weed like all the time at your house, and the snake because we were doing a search on your house, the snake went into the basement because it was so stoned that it wanted to get away from these two potheads. So we found your snake. It's in the basement. Taylor didn't lose your snake, but maybe you guys want to cut back on smoking the weed. From the moment you get up to the moment you go to sleep, and we will have Taylor and her brother pay for a cleaning crew to come in and get the smell of the weed off your curtains and stuff, Carrie. And your snake is still stoned. He's down in the basement. He's kind of rolling around, like doing really weird things. Well, this has been Judge Kent. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on now, so you guys can minimize and come on back out one at a time. Okay. This is called superstitions. Each one of these guys has a superstition, okay? So we're going to bring out first Michelangelo. Michelangelo, if you'd like to come on out, here he is. Okay, so I appreciate you being on the show, Superstition. It takes some chutzpah to actually come on here and say it in front of everybody, but you test your dog's food before you give it to him?
Always. You kidding me?
How did this start to happen?
Are you kidding me? You never know what they're putting in this dog food. You look at it, does it even look like food? No. There are studies that show now that a lot of this dog food is not actually real food. So it would make sense, right, to test them. Because if you don't test it, what are you actually giving your dog?
Mm-hmm.
Would you eat something you don't know?
Is your dog there when you're testing it, or do you test it without him watching because he might think you're trying to eat some of his food?
Oh, no, I eat half.
You eat
because
half
after
the...
Well, well, yeah. Dog food's actually really cheap. And once you do the testing on some of them, you realize that a good amount of it is chicken,
right,
steak, fish, all the things that we eat. And at almost half the price, absolutely I'll eat half of it. But it's really important to test it. I'm telling you, Scove. I'm telling you, you got to start doing it now. If you have pets, start testing your food.
Right. Do you eat it with a spoon out of the can, or do you put it in a bowl and eat right next to your dog?
I mean, sometimes I just put it in a blender and I have a milkshake that way.
Blender, dog food.
And it's the only way to build muscle. You have to make shakes, because a protein shake is a combination of protein and shake. So you need the protein and you need to shake it.
Well,
so I take dog food and I make a shake out of it.
You do have good biceps and muscles, so maybe I should try this.
Yeah, we know this, Scove. Thanks. But since we're here, but since you said something, Scove, hold on, let's stay on it for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, now let me ask you this. Now, is this just the wet food you test, or do you test the dry food too?
You always got to test wet and dry.
Okay.
Because what is dry? Not wet. So the only thing that we know is that it doesn't have water. Oh, you didn't think? Oh, Scove, you quiet now, Scove.
There might be some water in it. It's just dried.
Scove, do you hear yourself right now?
Yeah.
Dry water, Scove?
Dried water. Yeah.
Dried water.
Powdered water.
Oh, powdered water.
Yeah, powdered water.
That's very true. Which is the reason why you need to test your food. Do you want to be drinking powdered milk, or do you want to be drinking regular milk?
Okay, well, that's a whole other subject. Listen, I appreciate you being on the show, Superstitions. We have a can of dog food waiting for you.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Please tell me it's wet.
It is. It's Alpo. Okay, let me bring Taylor out. Taylor, so I appreciate you being on the show. You hang all your pictures backwards, so we're just seeing the back of the picture. We're not seeing the actual picture.
Yeah, I do, and I think I like to believe that I'm always one step ahead of society and the trends. I was basically the person that invented a turtleneck. I was the first one that wore it, and then next time you look around, everybody else is wearing a turtleneck, and of course they got it from looking at me. So I'm kind of doing the same thing with the paintings here. I think it's like a statement because it's it's abstract, and you can flip them around. You can see like, what people are trying to hide, and I think it's very symbolic. And I think, that's the same type of thing with the turtlenecks and every other trend that I've started. But either way, I think through doing this, like I went to a cafe and I told them about this, and they loved listening to me. And so I told them about my whole thing that I've been doing with it. And next thing I know, I come in the next day and all their portraits are flipped the other way around. And you're going to tell me that's not coincidence. You're going to tell me that it's a coincidence, and it's not.
Well,
They just
the
listen
nice
to
thing
me.
about that, you don't actually have to have anything in the picture frame. You can just turn the picture frame around, and you could say you have Monets and Picassos and some of the greatest paintings, but they're
I
all
do. I
back.
do.
Oh, you do?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't lie. I'm not a
Well, what
liar.
about like when your family comes over? Don't they want to see some of the family photos from your vacations or when you were growing up?
Well, see, that's kind of, I would rather paint the picture with words. So I usually just tell them through that, and I use big gestures, and on top of that, I can just point at one, and I can tell them, I can point at one, and I can be like, to one person, this is a family vacation, and I go to another person, I say, this was at the beach, this one was
I
in the
see. So
tropics, this
you
one was
can
in,
make them anything you want because they can't see them.
but they are true. They are true. They are all true, though. I don't want it to come off like I'm lying. I would never do that. And that's what my therapist says, at least.
Okay. Do you go to other people's houses and try and turn their pictures around?
All of the time.
Okay.
I mean, that's literally like, this is actually, I started an outreach group for people who want to start this, for people who want to kickstart this trend with me. Of course, I make sure that they put my name out there more, but essentially what we do, not even just friends. Now, unfortunately, I kind of felt, well, they kind of stopped talking to me, but I think, we get busy with lives. I actually can't contact any of them anymore, but that's not the point. So what we started doing is, have you heard of the Girl Scouts that, they go around knocking on the doors? That's what
Yeah.
so we're like the Girl Scouts of paintings. So we go around and we knock on the doors. And so what I'll do is I'll have one of my buddies that comes with me. His name's Bob, love him to death. But he'll knock on the door, and then I'll sneak. Well, I won't sneak. I'll kind of go through the back. And then whenever, they're kind of talking, I'll do them the favor of flipping the paintings over for them, because I get it's a lot of labor. So I do that for them for free at no cost.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. It was really nice meeting you today, and you have definitely a very unique superstition. But thank you.
I get that a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I've got Michael who's going to come out now. Michael, I appreciate you being on the show.
Appreciate you for having me.
You lick all your plates clean?
100%. I was blessed with a very voluptuous tongue. And, from there's no way that you could tell me that unless you were super rich when you grew up. So I don't know, but I get every single inch of the plate before and after I finish my meals, because otherwise I'm just wasting money.
Yeah. The producer told me that you also do that when you go out to restaurants.
Correct. So sometimes when I go out to the restaurants, I can actually lick the plate so hard, I know what the person who ate before me was eating. So,
Oh, so wow.
Pretty intense.
But okay, now do you go around and lick?
All soap is not equal.
I see. Okay, so you can taste the previous meal on your plate, but do you go and lick other people's plates clean too?
Yeah, that's actually how I met my wife. I was able to, start with my applesauce, and then I went over to her desk and was able to find out that, she had just gotten her wisdom teeth out. Long story short, so I was able to chew her food, lick her plate, and that really won her over. So.
Well, wait a minute, chew her food. What do you chewed her food and then fed it to her like she was a bird?
No, I'm not a savage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you meant by that.
I chewed, I spit it out, and then I threw it in her mouth. I didn't know her yet, so I'm not going to spit it in her mouth. That's too intense.
Okay, yeah, that would be. It's like French kissing with food. Yeah. Okay. Well, so this is very interesting. So you lick the plates clean. Okay. Well, thank you, Michael. I might never have you over to my place.
I look forward to never coming.
Okay. All right, let's bring Carrie out now. So, Carrie, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
So, you read your books from the end to the beginning. Most people start at the beginning, page 1. You start on the last page and then read backwards the whole book.
Yes.
How did this happen?
Well, I'm a librarian.
Okay.
And I see a lot of books, right? Every day I see so many books. I put fun books back, I put mysteries back, but I don't have time to read them all. So I open up the page, find out how it ends, and figure out if I'm going to read the book. It's amazing.
Right. Now, when did this start for you? Did this start when you became a librarian, or when?
Yes, because I just have so much access to all these amazing books. Yeah.
Well, do you ever like start reading from the end part and then decide to put the book down and not go back to the beginning because you don't like it? Like some people start at the beginning and maybe by page 20 or 30 they go.
I could never do that. That's crazy. Right? That is crazy. I could never do that. I have to finish it. I'm a completist. Or completionist.
Now, completely.
That's a word I learned from one of the books I read.
Right. What book was that?
The dictionary.
Oh. So you read the dictionary backwards as well?
You know it.
The Bible? Did you read the Bible backwards?
I have, but I can't get into any political debate right now.
No, I just was asking if you read it. Don't worry about that. What about War and Peace? Did you read that backwards?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not as sad as everybody thinks. Books are amazing if you read them a different way. I have started a whole new trend. You know what? I'm going to open up a channel on YouTube and I'm going to I'm going to make this like a whole thing. Like, Taylor was talking about changing paintings or whatever. This is going to be a new thing and I am going to be so famous.
Well, I think you may. A lot of people in book clubs may want to have you come and show them.
It's like 2 books in one. 2 books in one. You can read in the front or you can read it from the back. It's like almost 2 different stories.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming on the show. We have a book for you waiting in the, okay.
Woo! I'm so excited. Thank you.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I love Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh.
Go get your book.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have Will now coming out. All right. So Will, thanks for being on the show. You always pee with one leg up?
Have to do it. There's no other way to do it. Have you ever tried it?
No, not, maybe I've had one leg higher if I put it on a brick or something, but no, I'd say in general I don't.
Very, very freeing. It's almost like you're a dog. Dogs got it right, Ken.
Oh, so you lift it way up.
Oh, God. How else are you going to do it? You got to make sure it's touching the sky, buddy. It flows freely. It's almost like the squatty potty,
Right.
The lift of the leg makes it come out better,
Right,
and it doesn't burn.
Yeah, but dogs have, they have 3 other legs to balance on. You only have 1 leg to balance on, or do you actually get down on all 4s like a dog?
Oh, no, I actually get down on all 4s like a dog, Ken. You have to. If not, you'll be falling all over, and the stream's going to go everywhere. And if you're with other guys at like a ball game, peeing in a trough, you'll be crossing streams, and I'm not into that kind of stuff.
Well, let's talk about that. Okay, so you're out with other guys. Let's say you go into a public bathroom and you're at a urinal.
Yeah.
You actually get down on all 4s and then you have to shoot your pee up?
Yeah, it's an art. It really is an art. There are some places like the Applebee's I'm not allowed back in. But the Ponderosa, believe it or not, they accept me there freely and willingly.
Well, what happens if, like, say you're on a date and, you're doing a cross-country trip or something like that, and there's not a bathroom around, but you have to go, so you have to pull the car over and get out. And, what is your date when she sees you peeing like a dog?
Well, you know what? First date, they have to know. So as soon as we get in that car and we're driving anywhere, I just stop and do it. I know it's illegal. And I've only been arrested 5 times. But they need to know. They need to know what they're getting into. Because if not, they're going to see that leg go up and be like, oh, what's that about? But now I've got my girlfriend doing that same exact thing. So she pees with her leg up too. It's she's part of the family now.
Wow. Okay, well, listen, I can't wait. Send me a video. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been Superstitions. Come back next week when we look into some other strange and unique superstitions. Okay, we're going to do a game called House Guest from Hell. Taylor and Will come out with Carrie, so all 3 of you can come on out. I'm going to give each one of them something. So Taylor, you were so good at this in our rehearsal. I want you to do the weird noises, but even get weirder. I don't know if you did weird noises. Somebody did. I thought it was you. But you just get weirder and weirder as the scene goes on. And then you go, OMG, OMG. Oh my God, oh my God, OMG. So that's what you'll be saying. Will, you'll be farting, and I can do that for you. So I'm sure we'll have fun doing that together. And then you say, you said it. You said it. So they're a couple, Taylor and Will. And they'll be coming over to Carrie's house, who they haven't seen since college, which was about 10 years ago. And they've decided to come into town, and they haven't seen each other in a while. And now they're going to be house guests, staying a few nights with their lovely and old friend Carrie. So I'm going to minimize myself. Will and Taylor, I'll knock on the door for you guys, and then you just come on in with Carrie letting you in. Okay, go ahead and take me off. Thank you. Here we go with house guests from hell.
Come on in.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh my gosh, you guys! It's been so long. I missed you.
OMG. I know it's been so long. How are you? How are you doing?
Good. Come on in. Come on
You said it.
in. Make yourself at home.
Okay. This is a nice place you got here.
Thank you. I've tried to make everything in pink. Yes, I love pink. Well, don't you love pink? I mean, the new Barbie movie came out. Don't you love pink?
OMG, I love pink. Will loves pink, right? Will,
You
love
said it.
pink?
You said. Where did you get that chandelier?
He's a girl's girl.
From Barbie.com.
Oh,
MG! The Barbie Dream House website.
said it.
So they make like regular stuff, like for like real homes, not just the dream house. I'm a little obsessed. I still am.
So what else you got here? Can you grab us anything to drink?
Oh my gosh, of course. Do you guys still like oh my god, what was the drink?
OMG.
Do you still drink vodka? Because
You said it.
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Let's get this party started.
You said it. You said it.
All right, let me go get some glasses and some cups. Hold on.
Oh, get him. Go get him.
Oh, you said it. You said it.
Okay, here you go. Okay, the party's arrived. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. You said it.
Do you want this drink?
Can I have some, please? Can I have some, please, OMG? Please, can I have one?
Oh,
Can I have one?
what?
You said it.
Drinks. You like it?
OMG. OMG.
Great.
You said it.
Good.
Of course I like it.
Okay, so I thought you guys could sleep on the couch. I mean, I don't have like a spare room because these apartments are so expensive.
Why don't you go?
Oh, you said it.
Yeah, show us the digs. Where are we
And
staying?
that was house guests from hell. Okay, and they certainly were. You guys stay out here right now. Let's bring the other two back in. Our final game today has been a great first show for all these guys. We'll be back in 4 weeks with a brand new show, all different stuff. This is going to be three-couple switch. So, Michelangelo, you'll be an influencer. So if you want to put that next to your name, influencer, and you'll be coming out number 1. So you can minimize yourself now and go ahead and get yourself ready and get in your influencer look. Okay, you can be an influencer on anything you want. Taylor and Carrie, you're going to be new roommates, okay? So new roommates, so go ahead and put that next to yourself. And go ahead and minimize yourself and get into your characters for the new roommates. Michael and Will, you're running from the law. I don't know why you're running from the law, but you'll have to make that up on your own. Maybe you stole chickens. I don't know what you did. Horse thieves, looted, whatever it is, but you are running from the law. Okay, so go ahead and minimize. You'll be number 3 team coming out. So what happens is because of three-couple switch, I'm going to be controlling the game off camera by saying switch. I'll take the last line from the previous scene and give it to the new team that comes out here. They have to start their scene with that last line. Each team will go around 3 times. We're going to start with the influencer, and this is called three-couple switch.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we are, influencing the hell out of you guys to work past your goals. to get those muscles up, get that cardio up, burn some calories, and to get the best body you've ever asked for in your entire life. But first, please use the promo code right here, Michael Angelo, so you can get 10% off of everything that you get today. Please use it because I get 2% of the 10%, so that'd be very beneficial to me. But listen to me. Buy the hat. Buy the shirt. Buy the whole look before you even start the workout program, because you have to feel good. You have to look good to feel
Switch.
good.
You have to
Or
look good. You minimize. You have to look good.
You have to look good. Like, that's what my mom was telling me when I first was moving in, because being new to college is insane. And she's all for, your image and all that. So she wanted to make sure that I was looking good coming into college, got to
She
make a
has
good
good
first
taste.
impression.
She has good taste. She always has had good taste, right? She's always steered you in the right way. Yeah. And you know what? We do look good. Our apartment looks good. I love all of the details we got going on here, girlfriend.
And it's so much too. Like, it's insane to think that, like, we're just starting. Like, yeah. I can see the vision.
Switch. I can see the vision. The running from the law team. I can see the vision.
I can see the vision. We just run over the horizon, get in our car that we stole out the back of the Buc-ee's, and then we drive straight to New Mexico. They can't get us there. It's another country.
I feel you. I'm going to create a diversion. I'll steal another car. That way we aren't going to get caught together. And then from there, I'll see you over in New Mexico.
Wait a minute.
That sound like
So if you steal a car and I have a car, what car do we take after that?
Well, then hopefully we can sell both cars.
Right.
And we'll get a helicopter and we'll just fly out of there.
That is the most genius idea I've ever heard. Take the helicopter, we get out, we get into New Mexico. There's no jurisdiction there. We can do whatever we want. We can become new
Switch.
people.
We can do whatever we want. Influencer. We can do whatever we want.
At the end of the day, guys, you can do whatever you want. You are an individual. You are special. You are going to absolutely use my promo code right here, Michael Angelo, for this new little tub cup that I have going on. It's about 1 gallon. And what it does is it regenerates water at about a 5% pace within 2 minutes in the 24th hour of the 17th day of January. So use this promo code Michael Angelo and get your bottle now for 10% off of $300. Wow.
Switch. Wow. Roommates. Wow.
Wow. So you brought a cat and a goose.
You know it. Yeah, and
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, and I have little like outfits for them. Yes, like pink outfits, but also green outfits and purple outfits, and I have an outfit for each season.
I hate to bother you, but why is that one? It's taking my charger. Can you get it? It's taking my charger. Can you get my charger back?
Come here. Oh, come here. See, I got him.
Switch.
Okay.
I've got him. Criminals.
I've got him. I'm riding that dolphin. I know that helicopter didn't work out, but I got my
You always have the best ideas. Let me tell you something. After you get off that dolphin, leave the cops out of here. They're never going to chase me. They're going to see you in the ocean riding around like you're some sort of mighty god, and they're going to leave me alone. Good idea.
Oh
now,
Switch. Good idea. Influencer. Good idea.
It's all about the good ideas. It's also all about the bad ideas. You really need to trust in yourself and the things that you're going on in life, and notice that all the bad things are there to help you have the next come up and the next big win. Like me right here, winning #1 influencer of all time. I want to thank everybody for using my promo code Michael Angelo this year so that I won this award. I want to thank all of my fans, and I also, most importantly, want to thank myself. Because goddamn, these biases did not grow themselves, and y'all had nothing to do with it. But don't forget,
Switch.
use my
Don't
promo
forget.
code.
Roommates, don't forget.
Don't forget, you have to feed these animals on a specific schedule. I wrote it all down for you, and you've got this. I have class, but you've got this.
Oh, okay. No, I have class. I'm actually going out of town, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay. So maybe we could can you just bring them with you to class? Okay. So can I? So I won't take any of them because they're not mine.
Switch.
No, no, no,
Really
I
funny
won't
idea.
take them because they're not mine. Criminals, I won't take them because they're not mine.
I won't take them because they're not mine. All those dolphins that you got, how are we supposed to do anything with them? You got 16 of them.
I don't know. They're just starting to. They're starting to roll around me, and I can't stay
Oh my
on
God,
them
Michael,
anymore.
are you
There's too
okay?
many.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
This is Three Couple Switch. All right, bring the whole cast back on. That's our show. A beautiful 1 hour show, and you guys did a great job today. Let's introduce the cast of five, starting with Taylor. Let's go to
Hi,
Michael.
I'm Taylor.
Carrie.
Hi, I'm Carrie.
Michelangelo.
So, I'm Michelangelo, but people call me Big Body Benz. What?
And Will.
Hey, I'm Will. I'm still running from the law, so.
So real. We'll be back in 4 weeks with a brand new show with a few more members in this wonderful cast. So follow them Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to wave goodbye with all you guys, and you guys stay here. We'll talk about the show. Okay? Wave goodbye, everybody. We'll see you in 4 weeks.